Time to get ready for the winter. I'm Donna Dowse with Home and Property Real Estate. And no, I'm not going to be doing any major renovations of my house, but I'm definitely going to need this tool to get my garden ready. Take a look. So, yep, it's that time. Time to get ready for the winter, prepare everything. We are closing down the pool. Well, it's actually almost closed, not quite. Taking all the lawn furniture in, cleaning it all up, putting it in the shed. You know, one of the things when you prep your home for the winter season, it's not just about the home itself, but you can actually prepare your yard and prepare your gardens for the spring. So it makes it so much easier to do in the springs. We have actually planted fresh grass this fall too, so that it actually makes it easier in the spring. Our dogs are crazy on the grass when it starts getting really wet and muddy, so we have a whole batch of new grass. You can actually have all different kinds of seeds depending on shade or sun, and you probably already know this, but I'm just learning about this. You'd think I know this by now, but and then the other thing is preparing the gardens. I have a vegetable garden, I have a flower garden, I have a perennial shrub garden. We have these crazy big flowers behind the pool. So I want to make sure that going into the winter season, my garden is all cleaned up and ready for the spring. Last year, I wasn't quite on the ball. I did not do this in the fall, and I should have. I waited until the spring, so I didn't produce the flower garden that I expected. So this year, I'm ahead of the game, and it's time to plant some bulbs. I am super lucky to have in-laws that are amazing green thumbs, and they had some, after they cleaned out their garden, they had some extra bulbs left over, and they gave them to me. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. I'm not going to be digging. I'm going to be drilling to place the bulbs where they need to go. And you know what? I have not cleaned everything out of my garden. I'm going to just add it to what's here and see what comes up in the spring. Goes the perfect depth. So easy. I'm going to drill a few more holes, plant a few more, then I'll get back to you. Okay, I did decide to pull out a few plants. My sunflowers, they were very late blooming. It was a crazy year. I loved my garden, but it was like I had little rascals that kept eating these guys, so I had to plant them 4 times. So I want to be better prepared for next year. I'm actually going to dry these out and see what I can get out of them for seeds. So this year, I decided I wanted to grow my own vegetable garden, and it was an amazing summer, and now it's time to get it ready for the fall, so that over the winter, when it's time to plant again in the spring, it's ready to go. Because this year it took us a long time. It was one from scratch. We have our bin over there for the compost. So we'll be using that to mix into the dirt. Last year, this past spring, I didn't have a compost, so I was building from scratch. But now that I'm all prepared, I want to make sure that when I go into the spring, my garden is all ready to go. I'm going to be composting, adding manure. I've already pulled out everything that I can pull out, but I actually still have some tomatoes, carrots, some crazy green peppers that are still growing over there, and I have the best kale crop still growing. I don't know, I think it likes the cold weather better, but we're leaving that until it dies because I eat kale in my smoothies every day. This is a especially high traffic area where the dogs seem to want to leap off the deck. And so this is the fresh plant of grass as well, with a little bit of burlap to help protect it. Super excited to harvest these 3 apples that grew this year. This is a pink lady tree, and they're almost ready to pick. That's Brody's tree. Only 3 apples this year. Maybe next year. It's the first time. Well, that's it. definitely worth the time to do it now and have everything ready for the spring. And it's actually kind of fun.